Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. Yes, indeed. This is the promo video we are using to promote our shit, the shit that we selling in order to keep us going, in order to donate to charity, in order to be bigger than what we are now. So yes, if you haven't gotten your merch, this is the website to get it at. If you see the website address right here. It's shop.spreadshot.com, MSM gear, all. Yes. And you can see we have new items in the building. Yes, we have a whole bunch of new items in the building. And they are very quite affordable. The shipping ain't bad. Matter of fact, half the time you get the shit before the record time that it tell you that it's going to tell you to get here. So why don't you get yourself, get your girl, get all your peoples to get on our website and purchase some items. As you can see, we got face masks, we got bandanas, we got a whole bunch of new shit that y'all need to cop. And speaking of shit that you need to cop, a Valentine to my body. What's good with it? You need to cop this book too. This is a $20 one click, but it is a must read. It's a must have, and you must get it on motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. Indeed, absolutely. Get to our website, motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. Check out all our items, of course. Make sure you visit our websites, be involved in new announcements. And yes, of course, check out our promo video, our videos, our shows right here, as we have our episodes listed right here, as well as YouTube. Indeed. So that is the promo of the day. I am Kai Storm. I'm always in the motherfucking building. What's good, people? Kai Storm in the building. And this is the shout out to the Kings on Father's Day. Yes. Let's go stop share. Shit. What's good, Queen? What's good, Queen? How you?
What's good, Queen Kai?
Hey! Shit! Again, we on opposites when it comes to looks. I'm rocking winter, you rocking whole summer over there. We not gonna talk about that, but yes, this will take about maybe a couple of minutes of our time as we, give a small yet significant shout out to the Kings on Father's Day. Yes.
Happy King's Day to all the fathers out there, the real fathers. And we love you so much. Thank you for making our jobs easier or lightening the burden a little, whatever y'all motherfuckers do.
Indeed. From getting on our nerves to being great lovers when you are great lovers. Not all of us are great lovers, but we're not chastising or criticizing. We're just saying for the men that do it the way they supposed to do it in every way, shape, or form, not just sexual, we shout you out. Happy Father's Day to ya.
It ain't just sexual, but we do love the ones that eat it from the back.
Oh, yes.
So thank you for all that.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the pussy. Tell us it's the best pussy you ever tasted, touched, fucked, seen, breathed upon. Yeah. Praise. But no, it's not about the pussy. It's not about the pussy. Yeah, it's about the pussy, but it's not about the pussy. It's about happy Father's Day.
And we love going down on y'all too. So keep doing you, and we're gonna keep doing us.
Indeed. Yes, honey.
Happy blowjob day.
Yes. Well, blowjob day should be every day, but let's be real. Let's be real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jaws need breaks. You know what I'm saying? You know. But no, happy Father's Day. Yes.
Happy Father's Day. Happy King's Day. We love y'all.
We love y'all big time. Ah, shit. Yes. So I said this wrong, so I'm about to say. But this lady, we don't own the rights, but baby, they are having a party at the Revolution of Hip Hop, the preview of the Hip Hop Museum coming in 2024, and bitch, I've been here rocking to that motherfucking shit. Yes, I am, while I wait for Miss Ruby Doll. Oh shit. I got my Motherhood Sex Marijuana hat on. I got my Motherhood Sex Marijuana shirt on with a few bleach stains because I'm a mama. Shit, I'm rocking out until she come on. Fuck that. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the motherfucking building. What? For those that ain't been to the Bronx, they don't know nothing about hip hop, gotta come through. This is the shit. And when it comes out in 2024, it's gonna be the shit. Hopefully it come out before then. You know, man. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building. Oh, she logging on now. Cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Wow, I need to stop sticking out my tongue because husband will catch that. Oh, there she go. There she go. What up, honey? I'm gonna go on and come out of that, but the Revolution of Hip Hop, the Hip Hop Museum, the little preview, they doing some kind of weekend party, so I decided to jump on they live and be all Motherhood Sex Marijuana type, so people will see us and shit. Matter of fact, somebody just inboxed us asking us, we live in the Bronx? Yes. Motherhood Sex Marijuana also lives in the Bronx too. Yes, we live in the Bronx, Brooklyn, all over the place. What's good, honey? You look all sunny and bright and beautiful. What's good? You on mute, by the way. Honey, you on mute.
Oh shit. Hey, Queen.
Hey, honey.
The building, y'all.
We in the building, Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building. What's good? It's all sunny and bright in your hood. What's up?
Oh man, it is nice and sunny out here in Seattle. Shout out to Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the Bronx. Ty holding it down.
Indeed, indeed. You know, we got a show. We everywhere. That's what it is. And if that brings us free advertising, then shit, bitch, that brings us free advertising. But we was there. And best believe when you come to New York, you got to come through to this shit, because I'm pretty sure that they'll still be doing previews when you come through.
That's what's up. I just had to walk my happy ass to the store because I did not plan, and I forgot I ran out of blunts. So that's why my ass is huffing and puffing right now in the sun.
Oh damn. Oh damn. And it's so funny because it's raining out this way. Ooh.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so it's a rainy weekend right now. I'm hoping. I mean, it still says it's going to be warm on Monday, and we planning to cook out on Monday. But Lord, the weather right now just don't give cookout vibes. It don't give cookout vibes.
Lord have mercy. You look amazing. I love your hat.
Well, you know, we got to advertise the peoples, because you know the people's got to get advertised. You feel me? We got to get the word out one way or another. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So you know how that goes. Absolutely, promote our brand. Indeed,
yes, indeed. And a reminder for everybody who's listening, we have poetry books called A Valentine for My Body. Please pick one of those up. I'm so inspired by that work of art. I was reading our poems the other day. I was like, damn, we some poetic bitches for real.
Yes, indeed, girl.
So we'll smoke with ya. We will read some poetry to ya, and we sexy as fuck, and we taking care of these babies. So that's what we all.
These babies, we getting high as fuck, and we damn sure, you know what I'm saying, getting high keeps everybody else alive. I'ma just say it.
Right.
It keeps everybody else alive. You know, my regular dose of THC tells me, yeah, I'm not gonna kill you today. No. I think, you know, I'm breathing. You should breathe too. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Why not? Let's enjoy air. Yeah.
Yes. And Queen, I know you have some juicy stuff to share with us.
Girl, I swear to God. I'ma just pitch it and just let you know how this shit went, because this shit was just stupid to me. And you know what I'm saying? And if I wasn't an experienced woman, you know, because I'm looking at these dudes like, okay, so here go. Let me give it to you like on some Golden Girl shit. Picture it.
Okay.
Me and hubby, we sitting there, we having blueberry mojitos. We enjoying our little date night, and all of a sudden we start talking about his friend. And you know, I ain't worried about it because it's his friend, whatever. And then he starts, and then he mentions his friend that you know, in some sort of outing that he found out what they used to call him in high school, which is Lele. So as soon as he said that, it was like my whole body said, hey, excuse me, wait a minute. We just went through the inventory and that name pops up. No, excuse me, like on some Google shit, like Siri jumped up and said, damn, that name pops up. What's going on here? Exactly what is going on here? So then, of course, I said, okay, wait a minute. Let me ask a further question. Where did this man go to high school? And then here he goes. This is my husband. I think he went to Boys and Girls High School. And now the way he said it, it just immediately said, no, y'all motherfuckers sat down and discussed this. Y'all had y'all own little conference
right
about, prior engagement,
engagement.
and you decided to bring it up to me to see if I would either say, "Oh, I don't know that man." You know what I'm saying? Like on some Kiki stuff. I don't know him. I'm sorry for this man. I don't know him. Or just say that I know him. But immediately it was just like, oh, word. You think he goes to Boys and Girls? Okay, and then I said yes. Well, apparently, even through the weed clouds, I remember that I may have, and me and him may have. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember exactly.
So
but
you did tell
I may
him.
have.
Okay.
I may have. Yeah. And then, of course, to show me exactly that they had discussed this, he immediately says, "Oh, really?" And jumps right on the phone and calls him and says, and he's like, "Yeah, she said that y'all used to date. You don't remember?" And then he's on the phone talking about, "Nah, I don't remember." I was like, "Yeah, nigga, you remember me. Fuck out of here. Look at this. Excuse you. You
right.
You remember,
motherfucker.
But we gonna go with the fact that y'all discussed it and y'all hashed it out since this happened in like 1985. I'm talking about, when rap was just born and party and house parties and street parties were the shit. And you feel me? I'm talking about
life was a lot more simple.
Long time ago, when I weighed 110 pounds. I mean, literally, I weighed 110 pounds at when I was 14. So that was a long time ago. So it's really nothing to be bringing to 2021. But at the same time, the way it was brought up, I was just like, oh, so y'all think y'all slick. Y'all think y'all. No, see, no, I know better. I know y'all already discussed this. No, you fools. I already know you discussed this. But I'm going to let you feel like but I'm going to give you the honest moment and say, yes, I may have kissed him or whatever's.
Right. But I mean, thank God.
Fucking 87. Okay? Yeah. 1987.
It doesn't count. See, I thought this was something that was like later on in your life when you first told me. I didn't know you was 14.
Honey, this was when I was 14. I was 110 pounds. Men, boys and
probably
men, I should
wet,
say,
right?
just started noticing me. I was feeling myself very much so. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, I'm cute, word? Yes, that was around the age when I realized that I was cute. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't had much titties, but I had a whole lot of hips and ass, just like my oldest child, Africa. She has no titties, but a whole lot of hips and ass. And literally, that was right around the time when men started to notice me. So yes, that was 1987. Okay?
I can picture you
Some
looking dead ass.
Some of us ain't even been born yet. Some of us listening right now.
Right. And kudos to you for looking damn good with all of that.
Yeah, thank you. Good. But literally, that's how long ago it was. So it's like, that based on that, like I said, I knew that they had discussed it already. Like they had a conversation, and it was just like, I'm gonna bring it up to her and see what happens.
He was testing the waters.
Said, yeah, I know him. I remember him, even through the weed clouds. I remember that name. Yeah.
Shout out to King, to Kai's King, and that little sneaky move you try to pull.
You know what I'm saying?
My girls are started to attack. I totally misunderstood the first time we talked about this briefly when we was discussing what we've talked about today. I thought that you had dated somebody and then your husband had set up like a double date where this motherfucker was there.
No. No, literally, this was just, because again, it's an example of how New York City is big and yet small. because I
Such a
mean,
small
this
world.
was somebody that
Thank
I
you.
knew from, I mean, again, 1987. Some of us listening wasn't even born in that year. You feel me? So you know what I mean. So that could show, if I haven't told you my age before, that shows you how old I am. Yes. Okay, so the fact that they have, you know what I'm saying, to be in 2021 COVID, and for them to be friends, and and
That
and
is
and
such
all
a
of a
small
sudden a
world.
name from 87 pops up in my head, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Lord.
I remember that. Yes. So in case,
So
so yeah, so
so this
so
man lives in your
whatever
neighborhood.
conversation y'all had, it was validated by me saying
Hey,
yes,
God.
I remember him.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, that was it's the classic deja vu. It's like, how the fuck does your, you know what I'm saying? How the fuck does your dating life make a circle?
Man, what is that saying that somebody knows? Wait, you. What is it again? I feel like George Bush all of a sudden. Somebody knows somebody or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like, that when they say, that
Yeah.
when you have sex with that person, you're not just having sex with that person, you're having sex with whoever they fucked in the first place. So it's like it's a constant circle. At least I think of it, I thought of it like that, because I was just like, how the fuck does this even come up? Like, for real, like that was eons ago, literal eons ago. So you know what I mean? And for them to be friends, it was just like, oh. And then the whole,
well, they do have great taste in women,
obviously,
it sound like,
obviously,
and what a small ass world to know that this guy you dated when you was 14 is
14.
homies with your husband. Yeah, that's insane.
It's immediate. And again, New York City is billions of fucking people. You know what I'm saying? It's a statement to, it's also a statement that, yes, some of us are still alive in this COVID. Thank God. Some of us are still alive in this COVID.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how does your sex life make a circle like that? Like, really? And why did it decide to make a circle with my ass? Really? Like, why was I the chosen one? You feel? Who voted for this? Let me talk to that motherfucker, because they need to stop voting for shit like this. You feel me?
The podcast gods thought it appropriate to reveal itself for good material.
Indeed.
Oh,
indeed,
Lord.
because I am absolutely hoping that it's somewhere in the world someone can also relate to this. Like, oh yeah, that happened to me at one time in my life. Yes.
I wish I could say that it did with all of my experiences, because it would give me something to contribute. But no, that's never really happened. Oh, but I have an embarrassing story to tell.
Oh my God.
That's kind of, so I was at a graduation party, and these people are like related to me, but I don't like see them on the regular like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at this party, and then my sister's like, hey, this guy is like, he's being flirtatious with you and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I look over, he's kind of cute, We get to talking and shit. And then I'm an adult, of course, but I'm like in my 20s, right?
Right.
And I'm pretty wild. So I'm looking at this guy like, oh, he's cute. Let me see where this is gonna go. We get to asking each other's backgrounds and all that shit. And then we get to the last name. Tell me why this boy's last name was the same as mine.
Ooh.
And I don't have no motherfucking Smith Thomas going on over here. You know what I'm saying? My last name is quite unique.
Exactly.
Whereas if somebody has it, then they definitely related or they're married into it. So thankfully nothing came about, but I'll tell you it was going to.
Yeah. Yeah, but even with normal, even with normal, corny, what I'm saying, government filled names, you could still have that situation. Because I mean, I damn sure met somebody in the past that had the same last name. I mean, we went down the line and realized that we weren't related, but it was just like, it's curious. It's definitely curious when the person has the same last name. You got to then stop and say, wait a minute.
Right.
Who your mama?
Let's trace
let's do some tracing of steps real quick.
Right. And then never mind the people who are adopted and have no fucking clue. You know what I'm saying? How do you answer for that? You could be very well fucking on something that's related to you. Who knows?
Indeed. And last thing you want to do is be involved in that situation or on the latter. You know what I'm saying? Find out afterwards type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd much rather find out before.
Exactly.
Where we can prevent some damage from happening, right?
Exactly. Stop that whole shit at the butt.
Yes, honey, because there are billions of people out here for you to be limiting yourself to a familial circle. I'm glad that we're talking about this. I like to be very upfront with things. In my culture, I have a beautiful culture where we're all about family and all that. But in a lot of Samoan culture, I kid you not, there's a lot of issues of incest.
Wow.
You know what I mean? There are. It's more often than not, unfortunately. And sometimes, and my heart goes out to my brothers and sisters that cannot talk about it, because Samoans are also very political in their ways. If depending on who you are, if you're like very into religion, you're most likely going to have a one-track mind where you will not understand when your child is telling you that their uncle or somebody is touching on them. You might not have the resources to deal with that conversation, but it does happen.
Or the mental stability to deal with that conversation.
Right, exactly.
That doesn't just happen, and so that happens in all types of different cultures. You hear about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? You hear about kids getting abused, and you know what I'm saying. And even with like celebrities and shit, you'll hear about them. Growing up, that they've been abused in some way, and they probably tried to tell somebody, and the person either ignored them or didn't respond to them correctly, or made them feel ashamed for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
and you're right, Queen. It's not limited to.
So it's definitely a conversation that it should be had, within all cultures. I mean, as moms, we, what I'm saying, it's one of the things. I mean, shit, I've made jokes in the past all the time that based on the fact that I have all girls, I mean, shit, one of my main jobs is to protect pussy. I'm just saying, it sounds funny, but the bottom fucking line foundation of the two words is that I'm protecting mine, making sure nothing bad happens to mine, and the ones that I put in the world.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's a real fucking job. Like,
yeah.
And it's just saying it in the simplest way, but that's you know what I mean? And
I
it's
couldn't
not
agree
just
with you more.
with females. I mean, men get abused too. You know what I'm saying? Men get abused too. Men fall victims to abuse too. We talk about women all the time because it's for the most part that's the stories that we hear. But let's not ignore the fact that men get abused too. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, this is a bit of a side note, but it is just, I feel like things happen for a reason, you know what I'm saying? And one of the other day, I watched this video on YouTube about this dude who claimed he was, not claimed, but who is intersex. And I didn't know what the fuck intersex was, but it's INTER sex. I had no idea what the fuck it is, but apparently dude was born with both genitalia, and apparently that, you know what I'm saying, he like they were like he had a vagina and he had his balls were inverted, and you know what I'm saying, it was like he had both. And it
Huh?
was like, you know what I'm saying, like throughout his life, he had to, you know what I'm saying, decide based on emotion, based on mental stability, you know, which one he wanted to be. Like he tried both. He tried to be a woman at first, and that that worked out for a while, but it really wasn't him. And then he switched, and then he decided to be a full man. And then the whole, you know what I'm saying, the everything that he got to go through to become a man is like one level, but then it just explaining it to people, you know, what he's going through, or you know, say if he likes somebody, you explaining it to, you know, somebody,
Having to keep
what's
explaining,
going on with him. Like that is a fucking a whole nother level that people, that a lot of people don't know about. Like me personally, I just happened to click on the video because YouTube recommended it, but it was just like, it was an educational experience because I was just like, what,
right?
Like like one of the things he even described up was, in order to actually get, you know, a penis, he had to like cut skin off his forearm in order to have
Wow. Oh yeah, it's I had done some studies on gender, the gender experience and all of that, because I was very like, one thing I do love about my culture as well, talking about culture and stuff like that, is the fluidity that we have. Like fafa fingers are called in my it's called like they've been used to term people, men that behave as women or that are very in touch with their femininity, and either cross-dressers or transgender under that category, right? And these people that are known as fluid are revered. They were revered in my land before Western civilization had its influence and poison upon us. But we literally, I mean, we look at it as gender fluidity to be almost like godlike. You know, it's very spiritual. It's a shame what society has done to people in having them shame their bodies and all the confusion that goes on. Like, I know that when a lot of this stuff was happening, a lot of the medical practitioners back in the day, excuse me, I don't really know what era, but I'd say about the 50s and 60s, when they were having to make these decisions on intersex babies, what they did was, you know, they didn't even, you know, without even questioning it, they just went ahead and performed surgeries based on what they thought should happen.
Exactly.
And how does that, you know, and then fast forwarding in time, you would imagine that somebody who didn't have that choice to make and who feels like very much a prisoner in their body because nothing makes sense. You know what I mean? So in my very like layman's term way of saying it, I believe that, and it's scientifically proven, that we all start off as female. Somewhere that may change. That's why somebody even may be born with parts that they don't identify with, because they still feel different inside. And that's the science of gender. There's a whole science behind it. It's quite mind-boggling. Indeed. And my heart goes out to people who have to explain themselves or have to portray something that feels foreign to them.
Exactly.
I don't even know how that feels.
Exactly. And that was the part that I found amazing most of all on watching the video, because it was just like, he didn't actually decide to go full man until he was 16. So it was like between, I could just imagine like because, you know, based on my experience, you start, you know, acknowledging your body around 8, 9, stuff like that. So I would say between 8 and 9 is 16. Like, that's a long time to live in confusion, to be, you know what I'm saying,
It is.
to be indecisive about yourself, and then also to have to explain it to motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he was saying that he would go through shit like when he would explain it, people would want to see his genitalia. You know what I'm saying? Just want him to randomly pull it out. And it was just like, and his response was like, I only, like, on a normal basis, I would only ask about your genitalia as if I'm planning to fuck you. Like,
right.
If that's not, like, if we not about to have sex, that ain't my motherfucking business. And I was just like,
yeah, thank you. Thank him for that.
Like, bro, like, can you imagine dealing with that confusion and then having to have the braveness to explain it to somebody, and then having somebody trying to make you feel like some kind of museum experiment. Like,
that's society, though. Like, society will try to do that. Will do that to people and make them feel ashamed of who they are. And then if you don't have that self-love and that self-preservation, then you may get swallowed up. Mm-hmm. And I think it's so, if anyone's listening right now and you have more information on gender studies and what you've been through, please let us know, because our hearts do go out to you, but we don't understand everything about it.
Indeed.
And that's the thing. Like, you don't have to understand everything about a person just to respect them. And then, hey, it's like, what do you want me to call you? How do you want me to address you? That, I think that's important too. And then we make all these like jokes about all these pronouns, but I understand why people feel like they need to fight for their sense of identity.
Indeed, because now it's becoming more of a conversation. It's you know what I'm saying, it's becoming more of an actual discussion around these things, so that, you know, other people can learn and be more aware of this situation. Because like I said, I mean, of course I've heard of people born with, you know, both sexes before, but I didn't even, but when the video came on, it was about, you know, and it said this guy is intersex. I was just like, what do you mean enter what? Let's check this out. And then listening to because the video was about maybe 15-17 minutes, and I was just like listening to his story. I was just like, yo, can you just imagine, put yourself and if it was all about putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, like put yourself in this man's shoes, where he went through a couple of years where he had to where he basically tried both sexes and decided mentally where he was at. And then
how interesting, though,
all the procedures, and still going through all the procedures in order to be exactly where he wants to be at, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that.
More power to you. And I hope you find that peace within. It's hard. I mean, the only way that I can relate is, but even that, I mean, with my excessive weight gain, at my heaviest, I was like 300, you know what I'm saying, pounds. Mm-hmm. And I remember just feeling so foreign inside my own body. But that's a difference, because I did that to myself. Right. So I can't imagine how someone must feel having no control over that.
No control.
That's insane.
And you just trying to, you know, be within your life, live your life. And you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, and it was crazy, because he was just like, yo, all I want to do is just, you know, live my life, you know what I'm saying, get married someday, have a couple kids, you know, that fuck with me all day over some bullshit. You know, that's all basically what I want to do in life. So I'm on a path of that. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
To encourage that, you know what I mean, and the tools, having the tools around in order to get on that path and be on that path. It's like, you know what I mean, those tools need to be always provided. That's why it's so important to have conversations like this. It's so important to put out,
and a support system, even if it's one other person that just listens to you and doesn't judge you.
Word.
Mhm.
Word. I was just like, I mean, like I said, everything happens for a reason. I felt like I needed to see that, not only to have conversation for our show, but also because, you know what I mean. That's an educational insects that was given to me that I could pass on to other people that
Right.
definitely ain't ever had it.
Right. And it's definitely relevant with the subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the subject matter, how are your beautiful children? And we need to talk about these kids a little bit.
I was just about to say the same thing. Shit. Because right now, well, the king's birthday is June 2nd.
Okay.
So yesterday we went out and we, you know what I'm saying, we collected our thoughts to get something for Mr. Picky Ass King, because motherfucker. Yeah. You know, I like it, but sometimes it's like, bruh. Like, yeah. You know, and then when I call him bougie, you know, he get mad. I'm not bougie. Only females can be bougie. Nah.
Nope. It's a unisex thing.
You too. That's you too. You know what I'm saying?
There ain't nothing wrong with that, though.
You know,
I love the finer things in life as well.
He loves the finer things in life. So, you know what I'm saying? We gathered our thoughts and our little coins, and we got, you know, we got birthdays present together and whatnot.
Right.
But the extra funny shit is that, you know what I'm saying, summer is coming up, and people think that summer we just gonna be laying around eating food and doing nothing, and you know, just getting served. And no, mother says nothing doing. Mother found out about some free summer programs.
Okay.
Keep the children busy. Gonna have the children early in the morning.
Right.
Yes.
And they'll love it too.
Some people ain't too happy about it, but you know who's happy?
Mama.
Let's take a toll. Let's take a toll and find out who gonna have some nice summer calm times in the morning time where I can come back and get a nap and things. You know, nap and things. You know what I'm saying? You like that. So we just waiting. So right now the two things on our menu is, well, three things. Finishing the school year, getting to summer program, dealing with birthdays, and seeing if New York City gonna let us barbecue on Monday, because the weather's not looking right now. But we hoping still. We hoping we gonna buy the groceries. We gonna get shit together. We just gonna hope for the best. We just gonna hope for the best.
Beautiful.
But yes, what is going on with your children though?
Oh, girl, hold up. I need to charge my phone for this. So I'm going to.
We gotta charge. Okay. I'm here. Here. All right. She's here. And we're gonna get rid of this. Kim, don't care. Go back to Instagram. Why the fuck would it let me check? Before I became a teen. Yes, y'all. Say that I'm too small. Cool. Cause I don't get upset. I just went home the speaker, pull the plug, then I jet back to the lab without a mic to grab. All the rhymes I had. And I make another one. That's what the brother's done. Like, but I don't need a cigarette. Know what I mean? Don't it sound amazing? And addiction magnetized by the mixing. Looks like it's a dream though. Fucking us up there. My thoughts of God. Invisible microphone fiend rock him. EFFECT, a smooth operator operating correctly. Can't solve it, silly rabbit. I feed for a microphone like heroin. I need a fix. Give me a stage and a mic and a mix and the animator. I don't know that song. That's a Heavy D song? Is that? Oh. The fuck? Oh, we'll be back. All right, we'll be all in the building. Yeah. Okay. Logging back in. I know. Do not disturb. Let's go, honey. Yes. All right. Yes, honey.
And like I said, I was walking from the store, which is a good little hike, and I've been trying to get my workout on. So that was all that. And I thought I would make it in time, but it's okay. And now I'm back here comfortable at home. So I just wanted to talk about some really challenging parenting stuff that we've experienced this week because I've taken on a job that had it. Hold on, I'm sorry. Making sure I'm right here. I had taken on a job, right, that actually came with a house, meaning that I would be providing services to this owner of this area, and it would come with a house and all that. So I'm thinking, bet, you know what I'm saying? This is a way for me and my kids to like spread out some more while I save money, you know, shit like that, right?
Of course.
So bet, like we like doing our thing up in this house, and one night we come home and our daughters go, we have something to talk to you about. And we're like, okay, you know, and then my son, of course, is there, and he's the oldest one, and he's like, he looks really upset, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, cool, what's going on? And so they told us that our next door neighbor, who we thought was a cool, like, family type person, right? Because, you know, they have kids and all that shit, and the kids were playing with each other, all that shit. We even had s'mores and all this shit in our backyard. So they say that he was saying some inappropriate things to them, you see? And I'm like, what kind of inappropriate things? And they were like, well, he said this and that. There was some shit that motherfuckers get shot for. It wasn't like he was forcing himself upon them. It was little things that he was saying to my daughters that once they told us, we was getting pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? So, what my oldest daughter had said, the reason why she hadn't said something before, like right when it certainly happened, was one, she wasn't sure if it was just something in her head.
Right.
And also she felt for once that she was really happy and she didn't want to spoil the dynamic and all that bullshit. I was like, I don't give a fuck about a house. I don't give a fuck about a job. And I certainly don't give a fuck about no pedophiles around here. So you have rights. And so what I had to restrain myself from doing, and thank God I have like a partner that really like sometimes, you know, talks a bitch off the ledge sometimes, because I was ready to go crazy. Like you can relate. But I had to stop myself, whereas like, Rue, okay, you can't do A, B, and C because you can't be imprisonated right now. Mm-hmm. Straight. So what you need to do is, first of all, listen to your kids, because they are not lying. And I don't give a how nice a motherfucker is. If my daughter says that you talking some stupid way to her, I'm gonna believe my kid. No, and plus it was, and I just felt a moment of failure. I felt like a fucking failure, but I wasn't being fair to myself, because how the fuck was I supposed to know this shit was going on? Bitch works a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. But anywho, what the lesson to be learned is like, at the end of the day, mothers and parents, we have to have morals. We have to have some kind of values. What do we stand for? What do our children see that we stand for? You know what I'm saying? And even though I felt like a failure, because it's like, why wouldn't I know this? Like, why would this have happened? And I'm like over here and I'm over here working and shit. Like, what is going on? So it's like, even though you may feel that way at the moment, as long as you are taking control of the situation the best way that you can, I think we all deserve grace. And it was just very challenging for me, because I told my employer, the owner of this establishment, and he didn't give a fuck. In fact, I realized that they had like some sort of history where there was like that type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, or there's a familiarity there that existed before I came upon. Right. And so because of that, because of somebody else's privilege, I now have to go back to the drawing board and figure this shit out. But it's fine, because I already did. we know exactly where we're going, and thank God for that. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you can't be too comfortable, and you have to know what you're fucking with. Like the snakes that I didn't know these motherfuckers were snakes. There's a whole racist motherfucker that lives right across the way over here. He too should have been dealt with. You feel me? But Rue's being smart, because Rue got some babies now, that I'd like to be there for them, and I don't want to be writing them from a jail cell.
Of course not. Of course not, because in jail we can't smoke like we want to, and chill like we want to. So
and I can't
we can't stay pretty like we want to. So we don't do that. But the first thing I want to say to you is this: definitely do not feel like a failure based on the fact that you did not know. And because at the end of the day, we as much as super women as we want to play, we know we can't be everywhere. That's one. Two, yes, for the most part, we are aware of, you know what I'm saying, of our kids. We are aware that, you know what I'm saying, there's fucking predators all over the place. So you gotta always pay attention to anywhere they go where a possible predator could be talking to them and shit like that. But it's not something that we can avoid, yo. It's definitely not something that we can avoid. I mean, shit. It wasn't avoidable back in the day when there wasn't no cell phones and shit like that, and technology and internet and social media. Never mind now, where you know what I'm saying, where a whole predator could jump into your child's inbox if your child has social media. You know what I'm saying? That is a whole another level of policing that even if you do it, you can't keep up with it all the way, all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just about what you teach your children and how they go about it. And literally, I recognize, what your daughter was thinking, because she was saying to herself, if I say something, it might ruin the whole picture. But at the same time, you also, I'm sure you did, talk to her like, listen, no matter what the fuck is going on, if we could be living in a mansion and it could be fucking pools and basketball courts and this shit, but if we got a pool boy that's talking to you funny style, we gonna get rid of the pool boy. We're not gonna just keep the pool boy because the pool boy cleans the pool. No, we gonna get rid of the motherfucking pool boy to make sure that pool boy, he know that you ain't to be played with. You feel me? That's the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? And so, and don't even feel bad because she, that she felt that way. It was just like because if anything, that was her thinking about protecting the family, her thinking about the bigger picture. That was her saying to herself, okay, is it that serious that I got to make a big deal? But at the same time, based on the how you responded to it, you let her know that, yes, it is a big deal. And if this should ever happen to you in the future, going forward, at school, you know what I'm saying, or at a job and shit, you see it, motherfuckers, they make whole videos about it. There's whole sexual harassment laws because niggas, because there's motherfuckers that will use certain things to influence you to do some shit that you normally wouldn't do. So yeah, this was a lesson. If anything, look at it as this is the lesson that needed to be had. It had to happen in order for her to realize that, yes, while you are thinking of the bigger picture, recognize that your feelings are important. And if something ever happens like this again, please speak up from Jump Street. Don't let it fucking go. Don't let it go. Speak up from Jump Street. Know that I will always be thinking about protecting you. It's not about the aesthetics. It's not about what physically or we have gained based on a situation. If we gain something and it's harming us at the same time, it is not a gain. It is not a fucking gain. So please, first and foremost, feel free to speak up at any point in time of this. And again, that's one of the situations as a female, you gotta just keep in mind of, you know what I'm saying, based on personal experience. Me, I keep in mind it all the time, because I remember being 12 years old and a whole grown ass man with children that were older than me walking up to me trying to talk to me. So you know what I mean? It's just something you keep in mind based on that, you got female children. You know what I mean? And as the brother, as the one son, one older brother, he can only do but so much. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a conversation that had to happen. That's another, this happened for a reason kind of thing, because this lesson had to be discussed. You know what I mean? And she needed to see that yes, that fuck this house. Fuck this fucking house. We can, if there's a nigga next door that's next to this house that is causing you detriment in any way, shape, or form, we will leave this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That lesson had to be had. It had to be had. Word. You on mute, honey. You on mute, honey. Honey, you on mute.
Thank you for that, Queen. And you're absolutely right. I don't need to be 6 months in all comfortable as shit and then hearing some shit, or even having it be worse, because then who knows what have happened.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been murder.
It's a blessing in disguise. And I know that by having values, I know I'm going to make it. I know you're going to make it too, because you got values, and we don't play with that fuck shit. And our babies do reign supreme, and it doesn't matter. And I don't know, like the level of detachment that I have is, I think, my most powerful trait right now, because bitch has literally lived in a car with a 1-year-old before. So anything that's better than that is better than that. You feel me? Like, we can go to the rooftop. And I know that wealth is in it for both of us and our families in the future, in the very near future. I feel that. And that's a beautiful thing. And God should bless us like that. But we are going to use that to funnel other people and help other people thrive and stuff, including our prosperity, our children.
Indeed.
And it was just really humbling, Queen, where I literally took a leave of absence from my 9 to 5. And I was like, yeah, fuck everything, fuck all these other, endeavors.
Because in all intents and purposes, if it's something you could fucking, in real talk, this is a whole lawsuit. Had you been a Karen, you could dead ass bring this to the news like, nah, hold on. And we in COVID too. No, wait a minute, sir. Pause. Flag on a fucking play. 10-yard penalty, bitch. You know, I'm working for you. I come to you with a work situation that is affecting my family at my workplace, and you look at me and say, fuck yourself? No, bitch, that's a lawsuit, honey. I'm sorry. Department of Labor? Who we getting on the line?
It's also a working by, which is a whole nother subject. And I'm glad that you said that, because mamas out there, people out there listening, you got to know your rights. If somebody is treating you unfairly or poorly, you should position yourself or be able to seek advice from those that can help you position yourself to be safe. And so my main concern with taking all the leaves of absences off and all that shit was to literally just be here with my kids, because I will not have anybody even just talking anything. I can't even have your hot breath touching them without my approval. And so also, sorry, I keep getting these calls that I have to decline. And then right now we're moving to the next step, to where once we are safely in our next position, we are going to definitely know our rights, and we're going to address situations. I have gotten a protective order, which I felt really good about. I've never gotten a protective order before, but it's like, you know what? I am going to play this like the Karen game. I am going to dot my I's and cross my T's on this one, because motherfuckers have been hurt for less.
And
you know
the
what I'm
bottom
saying?
line is that shit like this needs to always be called out. Shit like this needs to be called out, because first and foremost, 9 to 5s, one of the main things that you know what I'm saying, entrepreneurs say about 9 to 5s is that look, it'll replace you as soon as you can blink your eyes. So the fact is, dedication to the said 9 to 5 is absolutely ridiculous and despairing to your own fucking health. And never mind the fact that, like I said, a Karen would have immediately called the news like, what? King 5, what's going on? What shit? Call all these fuckers and be like, no, this motherfucker, and I have female children. What? We just did the Me Too movement. Oh, yes, no, these motherfuckers need to be called the fuck out. These motherfuckers need to be called the fuck out, so that they know that somebody is watching. Somebody will report. So this is the level. This is snitch worthy. This is definitely snitch worthy. And yes, the name of the game is protect the children that you brought in the world, whether they're male or female. If you brought them in the world, you're responsible to take care of them and protect them from fuck shit. And yes, we also, and like I said, we live in a society where fucking the pedophiles have ample fucking avenues to connect with your child. Ample fucking avenues. So you need to be diligent. And one thing, like I said, it happened for a reason, in order for your child to understand that no matter what, If something happens, I'm going to be protecting you. I'm going to be concerned about you.
Right.
And yes, we are the mamas that, like you said, live in a car. It's shit. Girl, I had one thing I have proved to my children that I will definitely do what is necessary. I'm not even that level of bougie. I ain't never been that level of bougie. And I'm not going to do what needs to be done to make sure that we good all the fucking time.
I know.
What? You know what I'm saying? Because that's a life lesson that keeps on going. Because that lesson didn't come from me. That lesson came from my mother before me, who got it from her mother who before her. No. I do what the fuck needs to do to make sure you good all the time. That will always be written on my resume.
Yes, Queen. I love that. And I love this conversation. I love the transparency that we have. If anybody has a like story in this, that relates to this, please share it with us. Share with us what you've done. I have made sure to contact the Attorney General. I've contacted like fair housing. So there's certain things that you can do now without even consulting a lawyer whenever you're being discriminated against. This was a definite act of discrimination on various parties here. There's definitely some sexual abuse, going on, even if in just conversation, it's still abuse and it's lewd and it's unacceptable. And
especially it needs to be called out because of where you live at, because I find, you know what I'm saying? People think that, it's a small town, therefore I can get away with it. And then, if there's a level of white privilege on top of it, that's just another level of I'm above the law. And no, we're not having any of it.
No, they ain't above God's law and the righteousness and what things need to happen. And things will happen. Karma will be served because these motherfuckers got me fucked up. On a positive note, Queen, we've been doing so great with the merch, actually. One of Jay Angelo's friends wants to get a couple hoodies, so I do appreciate that. We gonna shout out to Sarah. I told her, please take a picture with your hoodies. If we have given you a hoodie, take a picture with this, send it back. We need those, please.
Exactly. Take any picture. As a matter of fact, any pictures that you take with the gear on, just send it to us, tag us, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're not only supporting this podcast, but you're out allowing us to gain charity dollars, because we damn sure want to be able to help other females, other people, other families just like us. Because shit, you know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, they trying to create. Look, first of all, what I heard was that Mr. Biden, the motherfuckers that y'all ran out and voted for, I'm just going to say that motherfucker has created a whole task force to get motherfuckers that been frauding on PPP loans, that have been actually getting extra COVID money for no reason, just all kinds of shit. So if you out there scamming and filing fraudulent tax returns, getting extra tax money, all this shit because of COVID, and you think that they not, no, he working on niggas to come get you. Yeah. So the first thing we need to do, the first thing motherfuckers need to do is figure out a ways to fucking get out of this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Figure out ways. You know what I mean? Get your life in order. You know what I mean? Get your life in fucking order, because all the scams are about to be done. About to be
or I heard that.
So shit.
It's also a very exciting time, though, if you are doing it correctly and you are taking advantage of these loans and stuff, and you do have a legitimate business. It is a great time to be on the other side of things. And I'm so excited to see what millionaires and billionaires come out of especially those that started from the bottom. You feel me? That is so exciting. I feel like we're going to be in that category.
We definitely are.
We're going to get on the other side of this. Our children are going to learn from us. They're going to learn from our mistakes and be even better than we are. And I love you so much. Is there anything else that's on your mind that we should talk about?
Shit, I think we definitely have covered plenty of subjects, and the fact is that motherhood, sex, marijuana is a movement. Yes, we sit and we get high and we chit chat, but at the end of the day, we talk about important subjects. We absolutely bring, you know what I'm saying, emotions to the table. We actually bring realness to the table, because this is shit that obviously is happening to us. We ain't sitting around making it up in high clouds. No, we not. You know what I mean? And all things are affecting us. You know what I'm saying? Just taking care of our kids. You know what I mean? Dealing with the new world order. You know what I mean? Just being, you know, and being able to laugh about it and still continue to smoke. You know what I'm saying? And on a small note, yes, I want to talk to the New York weed people here. Listen, we all got together. We got to get together and protest this new shit that niggas is doing in New York City with weed. Because right now, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers is putting weed in different bags. Apparently, you could go to the smoke shop and buy these bags that automatically say, you know, famous names of weed, wedding cake, you know, Dutch haze, all kind of fuck shit. But yet, motherfuckers is putting whatever in the bag when it says Dutch haze and trying to tell you, yeah, this is Dutch haze 3.5, and then you take it home, and let's say you have your own scale and that shit come up to 2.2 and you mad because a nigga that sold you something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be, you know, and I've heard of motherfuckers, you know, taking chances, you know, when they know people on the West Coast and having weed come in the mail and stuff like that because it's COVID. But I don't want to take that kind of chances. You feel me? But I'm just saying, weed sellers of New York City, if it says purple haze on a fucking bag, put fucking purple haze in a fucking bag. And if it says 3.5, put 3.5 in the motherfucking bag. Cause nigga, I paid you for 3.5. I ain't paid for 2.2, motherfucker.
Exactly. You are robbing the wrong people. If you want to pull some shit on somebody, that, let's just say, that maybe has more privilege than you. I don't know. But I don't know. Don't do it to people like us that are just trying to get our smoke on too. Like, fuck you. How dare you? That is bad business. And I hope all your shit comes crumbling down, whoever's doing that. That's not cool.
I just wanted to mention that one motherfucking time, because I'm starting to realize, and I'm looking at the shit, and me and hubby complaining because hubby got a whole scale, and hubby done pulled out and dumped the shit on the scale, and we both looking at the number like, that's not what the fuck we paid for, nigga. Not what the fuck we paid for. But okay, you know, we gonna take it because, you know, we trying to smoke. We trying to smoke, but be on the note that niggas that smoke know what the fuck is going on. Just saying.
Right.
And on that note, motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. Love you, honey.
I love you too. Peace out.
All right, honey. Talk to you later.
Bye.